everybody. Welcome to Directly to You. It's the 94th episode. What's Directly to You? It's the fanatixfour podcast. Who's fanatixfour with me, AJ, also Parker. Hello.
What's up?
Yep.
I didn't know if that was to me or to everybody else.
Yeah.
Hello. Hi.
But also housekeeping. You can support this channel by going to youtube.com/fanatixfour or twitch.tv/fanatixfour and give them $4.99. What do you get for that? You get loyalty badges, you get gaming time with us, you get exclusive emails, you get free Switch keys from time to time. You get access to our supporters only Discord. What did you get there? You get a great all happy family. You know, we talk about me playing the Star Wars and it being my birthday.
I was about to say, yeah, if you support today, it'll be like a birthday present for AJ or a belated Christmas present for, the whole world.
Yeah, man. Your birthday was like 2 months ago. Belated Christmas present for Parker.
Yeah.
So, double the Christmas present. Do both. Twitch Prime, dude.
That's right.
Also you can do. I don't put that in there enough. If you have Amazon Prime, you can link it with your Twitch account, dude, and you get a free Twitch Prime. If your mom has an Amazon account, she's not watching Twitch, dude. Say, yo, let me use that Twitch Prime and give it to fanatixfour. Good times.
Yeah. Good times indeed.
Good times. Are you playing any video?
I am, but I got a box.
Oh yeah, true. I forgot.
I got this before we went down for. We knew this was coming, and I think I know what it is because like I saw Stealth. Yeah, exactly. Stealth opened a box from the same people, so it's a good chance that it's the same thing. But this is from Larian Studios, who is the Divinity Original Sin people.
Yep. And from what Stealth posted, I was like, oh, that's cooler than I thought it would be.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Okay.
I thought it was just going to be
size this was going to be. So
I thought it was just going to be a straight up like Switch case. But
yeah. Same. Well, because I think they're doing it through limited run games. The physical one. Ooh, it's got like magnets on the inside or something. It says, thank you for participating, blah, 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 blah. And there it is. Divinity Original Sin 2. I was literally just playing that before we recorded because I'd gotten off and all that stuff.
That's cool.
Focus. It's not doing it.
I'll taste it.
Good enough. Nope. Not going to do it.
Apparently, Bob does that with all his games when he gets them.
Does he really? That's like,
I don't know. It seems like it because whenever he like does it in a video, he like freaking opens the, Bob. He like opens the thing violently, and then he takes the Switch card out and he licks it, and then he like exclaims in disgust, and then he goes on about his business.
And then this was also in there, and again, I saw Stealth had this.
I didn't see this part.
A big old blanket. And it's super soft.
That is.
I don't know like if this is something that's going to be sold to other people or anything like that. But if you can buy this and have a very soft blanket, this is great too because it's it's coming up to wintertime, so I'll be chilly up in my office. Popped his blanket on this bad boy. I don't know. I think I'm the bad boy in that situation, which doesn't seem very accurate. Dope. Well, thank you, Larian Studios. I have been enjoying your game quite a lot. And I'm going to get Mitch to play it now that I've got this physical copy for him to play.
Nah, Mitch can play it, which is like, it seems almost unfair because Mitch gets the cool, like, nobody else has this, man.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I would give him the digital copy and I'd play it.
Actually,
but I just can't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah, which he actually got some Christmas presents, some games.
Wait, I wonder if you could. You probably can't, but I wonder if you could.
Do what?
If he could play, so if you're playing the physical copy of this game, why would the Switch have to authenticate whether or not you're playing it?
Oh, I don't think it would do that. It would just be on my profile on his.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas, like, this way he could play on his profile with the physical one, which I wish you could just, like, because that was the whole reason why.
I'm not going to use this anymore, man. You could take my.
Yeah, exactly. Because, like, I wish that I could give. When Ashley got her Switch, when I got the new Switch or whatever, she could only play Mario through my profile, but she had her save data on my Switch on her profile. So like she had to start all over again. So that's why we ended up buying it for her again. But like that's annoying. And I called support. I was like, hey, is there any way to change profiles that this is like associated with or whatever? Because I bought it, but like I bought it on my Switch because that whole thing. And they were like, nope. Can't do it unless like there's a 48-hour window I think that you can do that where it's assumed that it was an accident or whatever, but it is what it is. But yeah, all that. Speaking of games, yeah, what are we playing? You mentioned something a minute ago.
Yeah, I'm playing Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Because like, you know,
Jedi Fallen Order, I assume,
yeah,
not Star Wars Outcast from like 2004 or whatever.
Yeah, no, not that. Of course not. Are you insane?
You're not Bob and Will.
Yeah. Also, like Jedi Fallen Order is borderline too old for me to play. You know, honestly. So like, I'm not gonna play freaking a game from a decade prior to that. Even more than that, even.
True. Did you get it for Christmas specifically, or did you just pick it up yourself?
Nah, I just bought it, man. I was just like, it's on sale. I got some monies. I'll buy it. Cause like,
how much was it on sale for?
I got it on Xbox, which I initially didn't want to do because people were talking about like, oh, it doesn't run well on that. But I'm not plugging in my PlayStation. My PlayStation's up there and it's going to stay up there until I have a better reason to play it.
Yeah.
But Xbox, they have it on sale for anybody for $10 off or something like that.
Oh, $10 off. I thought you were saying $10, and I was like,
oh,
seems like a mistake for them.
I wish. But it was like $10 off. And then if you have Xbox Gold, which I have Xbox Ultimate Game Pass or whatever, which I pay 5 cents a day for, literally. I get 5-cent bank statements every day.
Really?
Yeah.
Literally? Wow, that's weird.
Yeah. Because it's like if you pay, I don't know if they're still doing it, but they were, again, another promotion thing.
Right. Yeah.
And like I feel like my Xbox and PlayStation are the only platforms that I even care about that sort of thing. Because like on Switch, I'm like, I gotta play it. What else am I gonna do? So like, I just buy it when it comes out. But for Xbox and PlayStation, I'm like a bargain hunter, dude. I'm like, oh man. But yeah, like otherwise, it's like I don't know, like $100 or something like that a year. But doing it this way, you pay 5 cents a day, and it comes out to be like $18 a year. So I was like, yeah, I'll do that, man.
Weird.
Yeah, I was like, cool.
Okay, yeah, I'm down with that. So then, how much more off is it because you have that?
It was $10 more, so I got it for 40. Which
awesome.
was cool because like when I was thinking about it, I was like, I'm going to play this game for 4 hours and 23 minutes. So like, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense for me to spend $60 on this, even though like, again, if it was a Switch game, I would, you know, I'm going to do it. But for Xbox, when I know that there's like a deadline for this where it's like, I will never touch this game again after this day or whatever. It's like, I don't want to spend that much money on it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got it on sale, and it's fun. You know, I'm the space wizard sword man, dude.
That's right.
Jumping around, I'm sliding down things, I'm slashing, I'm putting new crystal. I got a green lightsaber now, dude. I got
nice. How far into it are you, would you say?
I'm like 45 minutes in because I literally bought. I woke up. I went through my phone and all that stuff of people being like, hey, you're another year, dude. Happy birthday, man. I went through all that stuff and I was like, I know what, I'm going to buy the Star Wars. And I bought it and I waited for it to download for like, I don't know, like half an hour.
That's actually not that long, I guess.
Yeah, no, because my internet is amazing.
Yeah.
Because it was like, I don't know, like 30 gigs or something like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That works out. So yeah, I did that and I played the Star Wars and it was a good time. But as far as Nintendo games go, I've been playing Smash Brothers. I've been shiny hunting.
Ooh.
I got another shiny.
Nice.
I got shiny Hoot Hoot because shiny knocked out was cool.
Yeah.
And then the next
How much longer did that one end up taking you? Because
it took me so much longer. Like so much longer. And I think that because I'm doing it, I don't know how many I caught because like when I was doing it, I was just catching the hoots, and then I would look through its IVs and say, this one sucks, and I would release it. Usually what people do is they'll just catch them on and they'll put them in their box so they can then say, I caught, this was the 1,000th egg or whatever, right? I didn't do that time. But now, exclusively for the meme, because when I was freaking, and you were in the stream, so you're aware of this. Well, I don't know how much of it you caught, but the stupid debate that me and Bob had about oranges and apples.
Oh, whether they're sour or not.
Yeah, which was so dumb. Let me just like reiterate that that's stupid to be like, it's not sour, it's tart, which is a degree of sour, but it's still not sour. It's stupid. But yeah, for the meme, I'm catching a freaking shiny applin because it's green. Doing it for the meme. And like 3 boxes deep so far. So
Next gen, do we get an orange
yeah, like a
Pokemon?
orange,
You think?
an orange fairy?
Yeah,
Because apparently
Apple
apples
Dragon,
and oranges are opposites. So you got to do apple. You got
That's
to
true.
do an orange fairy.
Yep. Or it's just orange ice. It's just a popsicle.
Yeah.
That's
You know what?
opposite ish dragon.
That's possible. That could be the lowland freaking the whatever the heck it's
True.
called. What is this thing called? The lowland vanilla.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it could be if it's going to be ice cream.
Yeah.
But yeah, shiny hunting, dude, it's great time.
Nice.
So far I'm at 1 shiny a week, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
You ask me.
I was asking you and nobody else. So
Great.
whatever they say.
Great. And then the first week that I go through and don't catch a shiny, I'm done. I'm quitting forever. I'm just going to throw a tantrum and say like I'm never shiny hunting again. I'll move on to something else and I'll just like focus completely on competitive or something.
Yep. Well,
or
fun.
just play Smash Brothers.
Mm-hmm. What'd you end up doing for Christmas? I mean,
just the normal stuff. Just freaking, give people stuff. They give me stuff. It's good.
That's fun. But yeah, I've been playing
and ate
some
food. The same food.
The same.
Max was like, the food's not the same for Thanksgiving. He's dumb.
Did you eat the same food for Thanksgiving and Christmas and stuff?
The same exact kind of food.
Yeah, ours is probably about the same for Christmas. I mean, it was I was at my aunt and uncle's place with my parents and stuff, as opposed to my wife's family, which was for Thanksgiving. And we ate, fairly similar food, but kind of, obviously differently done and stuff. And it was good. Like my aunt, I guess, is a real good cook or something. Because
I mean, full disclosure, I don't really like Thanksgiving food that much.
I don't usually either, but
so, like, I'll get like freaking. I'm like, yeah, give me that macaroni and cheese, and then I guess give me ham or something that I'm freaking. I did it.
You did it.
Dude. How many weeks has it been since
the longest time. Oh man! All right.
Rip.
Noting it down.
Rip, dude. I'm letting it loose today, man.
That's right. Yeah, come on. It's your birthday. What are you gonna
do? But yeah, I'm done, dude.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's the video games I'm playing.
Nice. I've been playing the same one, and it's so good. Divinity Original Sin 2. This one right here. Bleep.
Yes.
Yeah,
that one.
It's been good. I haven't had very true. A much less
cool
physical copy. But yeah, I mean, I haven't put too much time into it this week just because it's been super busy. My sister was in town she came and had to stay with us for a couple days for us to go to Christmas stuff and all that. So but then I got a bunch of games for Christmas. So that's fun.
I don't. That doesn't happen for me anymore.
Just because they're like, oh, you'll just get it anyway.
Like, you already have it.
Yeah. Well, I gave I made a Deku Deals wish list, which I just already had, and then just gave that, which was honestly that was more fun for everybody, I think, because it gave them more options. So this, when I say them, it was my parents, my wife's parents and my wife and sister-in-law. So Ashley's family. Because then they could decide the ones that they thought looked cool or fun or something like that, or didn't look violent or something. And specifically more the parents, I guess, in that case. But then also I had no idea, because there were probably like, I don't know, 40-ish games on that list. That's like, I would love to play this game. Maybe eventually, if it's a real good deal, I'll maybe get it. But but it was more fun that way, instead of me being just like, here's these 3 games, buy me those 3 games or else, or whatever.
Or else.
So I got Killer Queen Black, which I didn't even know there was a physical version of, but I got it. So yeah, which Mitch also has that. So we played it a little bit at his place on his copy. So we'll get to getting good. Killer Queen Black, Final Fantasy 12.
I forgot. I did the stupid thing again.
Which
dumb.
Stupid thing?
The stupid thing is soft. It's fine. Everything's fine. But I had to click the stupid gallery view thing. But,
so mad.
But yeah, whatever, man. You deal with it.
It's harder to remember when it's just the two of us, probably.
Yeah.
Because you just see my face, So But yeah, that and Captain Toad. So I'll get to play that for the first time. That'll be fun.
Hashtag
especially with
free
Ashley
product for me.
Not for me.
That's
but
true.
you know,
I mean
actually,
you,
yeah,
kinda,
free just by way of parents and
yeah, product provided by parents.
Yeah, and one other one. What was it? Something else. Something that Ashley got me, and all of a sudden I'm completely blanking. Oh well, I'll remember it later.
I just got clothes and stuff like that because, like, what do you get?
Yeah,
you know.
Mm-hmm.
Before it was like I would just get them the game thing, the newest game thing. But now they don't know if I have it or not.
Yeah,
like
I think that's where the wish list comes in handy too, because it's like there's still like older indie games that I probably could get for free. Oh yes, I remember the last one. Torn of the Golden Country expansion of Xenoblade Chronicles 2. So that was the last one. True. But there's like older indie games that I probably could reach out. So like, because new games, most of the ones that we aren't going to get for free, at least right now, is just Nintendo games and probably some other like bigger third-party games. But like most indie games, we could probably reach out and get copies for free.
I mean, we could probably reach out for Nintendo. They're iffy. I don't know.
Yeah,
we'll see in 2020. But if it's like a newer game, like if we have the contact.
But then the further back it goes, I feel like there's diminishing something, you know, where it's like it's got to be really tiny of a game for them to still give us a free copy this far, you know, for it or whatever. Like if there was a 2017 indie game, it would have to be like some bottom of the barrel one for them to bother.
If they even have it.
Exactly. Because they're marketing
a limited amount of keys for stuff.
Exactly. So, but all that to say, so there's a bunch of games that I'd love to play and I didn't have. So now I will play them whenever the time is right. But yeah, all that stuff. Well, cool. That's what we're playing. You want to get into some topics?
No
things.
Sure.
It's gonna be a problem. Today's show probably is gonna be shorter than most other times because there's less stuff going around because it's Christmas time. So all that stuff. So the first article we've got is Nintendo released the most downloaded Switch games of 2019. There's 25 games in order, apparently.
Spoilers, all 25 are Smash Brothers, all of them. Every single one.
Yep. And they're only counting your Switch. All right. So I'm just going to, I don't know what the best way to do this is. I just thought it was interesting because some of these are like, I don't know. I just was surprised at their placement or whatever. And again, this is most downloaded. So like physical copies don't count at all. And I guess this is all regions, just collated or something. But so number one,
there was something about that Super Data or something like that released like the top selling digital Switch games or something, and it talked about exactly how many copies they sold.
Find that here. While you find that, I'll read out just the list and then we can kind of go in more detail about it because, like I said, there's some interesting bits. Number 1, Fortnite. Number 2, Super Smash Brothers. Number 3, Minecraft. Number 4, Cuphead. 5, Untitled Goose Game. 6, Pokemon Sword. 7, Fire Emblem 3 Houses. 8, NBA 2K19. And then New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. Number 10, Dragon Ball Fighters. 11, Pokemon Shield. 12, Super Mario Maker 2. 13, Overcooked 2. 14, Hollow Knight. 15, Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. 16, Luigi's Mansion 3. 17, Cadence of Hyrule. 18, Super Mario Party. 19, Final Fantasy 7. 20, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. 21, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order. 22, Undertale. 23, Crypt of the Necrodancer. 24, Warframe. And 25, Mortal Kombat 11.
Cool.
That's the list. Did you find the thing you were trying to find?
I'm still looking.
Okay, cool. Here's some things that stood out to me about this. I forgot to write them down. Okay, yeah, Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield.
I found it.
There you go.
But I think it only this article specifically talks about how much Pokemon Sword and Shield sold digitally.
Oh, it was like 2.72 million in November or something like that.
Report by Super Data. Here it is.
I like remembering numbers, so
there's the Super Data one. But they didn't. I don't. I think that's probably why this article doesn't have it on there because I think they only specified some games.
Ah, gotcha.
And Rise of Skywalker, yeah, sure. Yeah, they only specified Pokemon.
Oh, okay.
And it's 2.72.
Interesting. So yeah, it's interesting to me that I feel like with that number specifically, we can kind of infer some of these other ones. It's hard because Pokemon Sword and Shield are split up on here, and we know combined they're 2.72 million.
Yeah.
So we don't know, what exactly the ratio is of stuff where like is Pokemon Sword 1.72 million and Pokemon Shield is the other 1 million. I don't know, something like that. But that means that Untitled Goose Game, for example, theoretically sold easily over 2 million. Yeah, probably close to 2 million copies.
There, like 2 million.
Yeah, which that's but even more so, I think the fact that Cuphead sold that much more when it's a 2-year-old game at this point.
Yeah, and it's a game that's already available on PC and Xbox.
Yeah. So yeah, some of those little tidbits I think are just really interesting because you're right. I forgot that was why this one was interesting to me was because of that Pokemon figure.
I wonder how much Smash Brothers sold digitally.
Yeah, right. I mean, obviously.
Also, I wonder how much, which obviously Fortnite is free, but I wonder how many people specifically downloaded Fortnite on Switch.
I mean, they gave some number way back when it first came out.
Yeah, like when it was like 2 million in the first day or something.
Yeah,
like that.
Something like that. I mean, because it's free, so like just download it.
I even downloaded it.
Yeah,
and, I played it twice. Both times were streamed.
I played it. I played 2 matches, but one time, and I was like, yeah, I don't think this is for me. Which is no surprise to anyone. But there you go. Yeah, like NBA 2K19 is a little not surprising.
Warframe's free too.
It is free. I was a little surprised that one was so low.
Rip, dude.
I mean, Bob. Even then, being so low is like, it's still the 25 highest. Like, so that's a lot. But still kind of surprising.
It's Bob's fault.
Must be.
Because he did the sponsor thing. He's supposed to make all of his subscribers download the game 3 times.
I mean, maybe if all of his subscribers downloaded it once, then probably account for. It's probably pretty accurate. Maybe he did a good job.
Maybe he was the only person that got people to download the game.
There you go. If you know about Bob and he downloaded it, then that proves it.
And if you know about Bob and you didn't download it. So next time Warframe has to give him more money.
True. I don't know. Any of these other ones stand out to you as being interesting placement?
I'm sad about Marvel Ultimate Alliance being that low. It's that's messed up, dude. I
wonder if that's one that's going to have done better over the Christmas break because it's recognizable to parents. Probably. But even then,
like that game launched at such a perfect time.
Yeah,
like, it was like right around the reason why I bought the Star Wars game. But with Marvel, dude.
Yeah. Because it was right around the Spider-Man movie, right?
No, it was around Endgame.
No, it was.
It was like a couple months after Endgame.
A couple months after, yeah.
It was like during their freaking Comic-Con.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, because it was in I want to say July 19th or whatever was the week before Fire Emblem, which also like that wasn't great. If they'd put it out right around Endgame, like immediately around Endgame, I feel like that could have been a little more helpful because then people would have been more hype about it or something.
How much did Fire Emblem sell? Like that's insane. That is.
Yeah, I mean the figure as of July or September 30th was 2.29 million, I think. So it still seems to be doing pretty well, which is awesome.
Yeah, that's
it is interesting knowing like what games have like physical digital split. Cause like, I think there's some people that are mostly physical and there's some people that are mostly digital. And then there's probably a decent chunk of people that are like me, where I like to get certain games physically and other ones digitally. Although nowadays that's a lot less the case, and I just get everything digitally other than what's given to me at this point.
Yeah.
But for a
I
while,
mean, that's how I never really had. That's not true. I was about to say I never really had a preference, but I definitely did. I would prefer for it to be digital because I don't care about having the thing. I just want to be able to play the game. So like, just digitally is what it just ended up being, because like the whole thing with Nintendo and all the other devs, them sending me a thing, I was like, all right, well, I guess I'm getting a giant SD card and I'm just going on digital.
Yep.
Whereas like if it would have been they sent me physical and Amazon still did their thing or whatever, I'd probably be all physical.
Yep. Yeah, same.
But that's how the news goes.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing where like it's just cheaper a lot of times digital too, because there's sales digitally that I just don't run into a lot of physical sales, I guess.
That physical people are going to get you for that one.
I mean, if you guys know more sales, let me know. But I mean, I also don't check Deku deals all the time or anything like that. But that's definitely.
I definitely do not do that. Like I said, I was bargain hunter person. The extent of my hunting is I want to buy this game, and then I'll go on Google and say, "Is this game on sale right now?" If it's not, I'm done. All right, cool. I'll check back next month.
Yep. But yeah, moving on to the next topic, because I don't know things. They also put out a list of best-selling indie games, but I think they framed it as like these are the best-selling indie games, which we know from the last list that's not necessarily true. But it's more like these are some games going on sale. It's some of the best indie games, and we're having a sale for these. So there you go. That's probably the rationale. But in any case, it's 10, I think, of them, or 12 or something like that. Baba Is You, Blasphemous, Castle Crashers Remastered, Cuphead, Downwell, My Friend Pedro, Ori and the Blind Forest, Slay the Spire, SteamWorld Quest, Terraria, Torchlight 2, and Unravel 2. And yeah, some of these...
Probably should say the price for them.
Well, you know what?
It's too late.
Some of them are a lot cheaper, and some of them are not a whole lot cheaper. But
that's true.
Unravel 2, way cheaper. It's $5 instead of $20.
Yeah,
so
that's insane.
Yeah, which I picked it up on Black Friday because it was that same price. And I was like, whatever, I'll just play it at some point, I guess. I'm probably going to pick up Ori and the Blind Forest. Or actually, I gave Ashley... I replaced the back on her Switch with... which for one thing I'd been planning on doing, because that was the one that was mine. The fan was just always really loud, and I'd been planning to replace it because it had a crack kind of at the top. But I got like Game Boy Atomic Purple one and replaced on there because she had an Atomic Purple Game Boy, so she was like, cool. So that, but I replaced that. But I think she's going to get Ori and the Blind Forest, and I don't know how that's going to go because I don't know gameplay wise if it's hard or not or anything. But she said it looked cute.
Cool.
But there you go. There's some of that. And then moving on, the last news bit we got, again, it's a pretty slow news week, is a bunch of devs were asked about kind of their 2020 plans or thoughts or that kind of thing, and they responded. And one of these, for example, is Atlus about Shin Megami Tensei, which we haven't heard anything about in a billion years. So here we go. Here's some things that some people said. Shinjiro Takada said, "We will deliver more news on the long-awaited Shin Megami Tensei V, so please look forward to it." In 2020 is the context of that.
Okay. That is kind of disappointing, obviously. I mean, honestly.
Just that's all he said?
Yeah, because it's like, if that's what, like, if you're being vague about if you're going to announce something pertaining to it, it's probably not coming out in 2020.
Yeah.
So, if you want that game, you probably I don't know if it's 2020. I don't know.
Why do you think it's taken them this long, all things considered?
Because they did. I feel like they didn't have a game when they announced it. So like they're like, hey, they did the Sony thing where it's like, hey, this would be a cool game to make, right? And then they gauged the reaction, like, all right, cool, start making it. And it's just development takes a long time.
Yep. Yeah. I mean and like I guess they've been doing stuff with Persona, but like not
what anybody
so
wants.
much Right. Yeah. And
Literally
well, I guess
nobody wants that.
the Persona Royal Rumble or Rush something, whatever that one's called.
Yep.
That one, like, I guess that would take up dev time, obviously, because it's a game. But even Persona 5R, like, they're adding stuff to that, but I can't imagine a full dev team's been working on that. So, like, it's just interesting because, like, where's you guys' dev teams been? Like, what's been going
I
on?
don't know. It's like insane.
Are they doing Persona Royal Rumble, whatever it's called, with
The Scramble? Is that what you're talking
Scramble,
about?
yes.
I think so.
Okay.
I'd assume so. But I don't know. I don't freaking pay attention
Yeah.
to Persona, man. Are you crazy?
I actually, yeah, a little bit.
You know
Is
what?
that right?
That checks out. Makes a lot of sense.
It does. A bunch of other people said similar kinds of things, but most of them aren't super notable. It's just,
No, they don't matter.
It's people being like, there will be, like, Hideki Kamiya said, 2020 will definitely be a year of change for Platinum, but it's super secret, so I can't say anything.
What does that mean? Bayonetta 4 confirmed, dude.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Obviously.
I don't know. Saying it's
don't
super
block
secret is
me
just
on
like,
Twitter. I don't care if he blocks me on Twitter. I don't even follow him on Twitter.
Yeah, I don't follow a lot of people on Twitter.
That's true.
But yeah, there's that. And honestly, that's all the news from this week.
Rip news, dude.
Rip news.
Rip.
But it was Christmas time, and that was a grand old time. But you know what? Let's talk about, you want to talk about your video?
Sure. I talked about the Animal Crossing because I feel like I wasn't thinking about this when I was like, I'm going to make this video. And I told you, what, a week and a half ago that I was going to make this video. I was like, I'm going to make an Animal Crossing video. Turns out, I think I make Animal Crossing videos like on Christmas, like that week, all the time. And I didn't even like put that together.
That's hilarious.
But that's what happened. So yeah, I think last time it was like New Year's. I just remember it was on holiday. I was like, here it is, man. You guys like Animal Crossing? Here's another one on the day. So yeah, I was like, it was mostly because like we got more information like through those like screenshots or whatever. And then there was like more stuff that we knew that like piled up that I haven't really talked about. So I wanted to be like, here's everything we know and no real like speculation, because there's like channels that are like dedicated to like, this villager's wearing a new shirt from last time. They didn't wear that shirt. And I didn't want to really add to that noise. So all of it was just like confirmed information and some stuff that's like, hey, we know this, but like, hopefully this, we learn more and that means this and blah, blah, blah. Toward the end, which was just the multiplayer part. So yeah, I went to, and plus that's been the thing that I've been doing more and more of, like games that are like on the horizon, being like, okay, what's everything that we know? Right.
Especially ones that are a little bit lesser known quantities, I guess, like Astral Chain was, and Animal Crossing in some regards. Like, obviously people know what Animal Crossing is, but people who don't play Animal Crossing don't necessarily know what Animal Crossing is.
It's like either you know everything about Animal Crossing or nothing.
Yeah. Whereas like Mario is like, I mean, you jump around and you do stuff, you know, like it's pretty, you can kind of understand what's going to happen just from watching the trailers. Whereas like watching a villager walking around and hitting something with a stick, it's like, there's something going on there, but I don't know what it is.
And it's like people that play Animal Crossing, they're like, that's a new stick. And everybody else is like, oh, all right, okay.
Yeah.
Same to me.
It does. But yeah, it should be fun. I mean, it's my least anticipated game of 2020.
How dare you, dude?
Just kidding. No, it was fun watching your video.
Do you see what this video is doing right now? This video is like going to be our next 100K or probably.
Nice. But I'm just here to be, you know, contrarian. That's my whole MO.
No,
it always has been
my job.
Well,
I mean, not really, but like close enough, man.
Close enough. I do have a coworker that's like his whole thing. It's like he'll like something, and then as soon as people like it, and it's like really, it's funny because like really nerdy stuff too. And then same as us, you know. And then as soon as everybody likes it, he's like, I don't like it anymore. Like,
oh yeah,
dude,
no, I'm not.
You're just saying that.
I'm like the opposite of that. I want people to like the things that I like a lot, man. That's why I made this video. I want people to want Animal Crossing so they can be in my town.
That's right.
Not everybody be. I want you to be in my town. I want Bob to be in my town. I want Dan to be in my town. I want MDB to be in my. It's gonna be a great town.
True. speaking of people in your town, here's some comments from people that maybe,
That won't be no, I think we'll have slots.
more likely than anybody, more likely than some other people. Mega Man.
That's true. That's true.
Here we go. Never played an Animal Crossing game, nor did I hear of Animal Crossing prior to coming to fanatixfour channel.
You know,
but
what?
I love the.
I'll accept that.
But I love this concept, and also being able to play with other people will make it so much more enjoyable. It's slowly piquing my interest to the point I might purchase. Also, happy holidays to AJ and Parker.
Thanks. Nobody else. Nobody else.
If you had a happy holiday, it's blasphemy.
Yeah. I mean, did you get that game? If so, were you happy about it? And then, in which case, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's blasphemous or something like that. I don't remember what the game's called. Max likes that game, which means
he does.
Don't care.
I think I would probably enjoy that game.
Blasphemous.
That's the one. You got it.
Yeah. Somebody had to do it.
Indeed. Yeah, no, I mean, I feel like in the same camp as far as like not knowing a whole lot of stuff about Animal Crossing. And I mean, at this point, especially with the newer stuff, do you feel like it's a little bit closer to some elements of Stardew Valley than it used to be?
Yeah, for sure.
I enjoyed Stardew Valley quite a lot.
It's still like more laid back than Stardew Valley, because Stardew Valley is pretty laid back, where it's like there's no real consequences for for messing stuff up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, sure, like you might kill your plants or something, but like when you lost a couple days. So it's kind of like that in that regard, where you can't really mess anything up in Animal Crossing, and there's no like pressing issues. It's
Stardew Valley's relaxed, but at the same time, if you're like a min-maxer or whatever, it's like there were days that I mean, in-game days that I played that I just fully restarted right at the end of it because I was like, oh man, I just didn't use this day very efficiently. And I'm like, man, that's so dumb, but that's just,
Yeah, Animal Crossing is not really like that. You can just do whatever, man, and everything's fine. And I mean, there's like decisions that you can like if you like make the wrong decision at the stock market, and you don't get the right turnips and sell at the right time, then that's bad, man. It's bad when the stock market crashes. But other than that, you're not like, it's not life or death decisions. It's not like, man, I didn't get enough bells today, so like I'm not going to eat.
So I guess, I mean, and even thinking about that in terms of in Stardew Valley that I just reset days or whatever, you can't even do that in Animal Crossing.
Yeah, no, you can't even do that, man.
Because
I mean, you can kind of.
Well, I don't know, because now it's they got rid of Mr. Resetti, and now there's the autosave stuff. So like,
right. But you can still time travel. Like you can still like go in your system clock, and well, I don't know. It might have changed it because I don't know. But I'd assume that you can still go in your system clock and change the day. It just seems like it's not really worth doing.
Right.
Especially since like now you can kind of do a form of that by changing your hemisphere. So
I mean, if the stakes are pretty low anyway, then we're good.
I mean, most people usually do it just for like event stuff. It's like I don't want it to be winter right now. I don't want it to be,
Yeah. That makes sense. I mean, yeah, if you don't like winter in real life and then you want it to be like summer in games so you can escape from the real life winter.
Yeah.
And I get that. Meanwhile, I'll just be setting it to winter all the time. Well, I guess not, because I guess in the game, then like that would grow things differently or something.
Yeah, I don't like winter though, ironically.
Like in real life?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cold, man.
It is. That's its main, that's one of its main functions, if I'm being honest.
Exactly.
I saw the most birds that I've ever seen the other day, like flying south for the winter, I guess, that's how it's related. But literally, like I looked from one side of the sky, like from horizon to horizon.
South. You're already south. They're flying more south.
Yeah, they're done.
You're just going to be north at that point, man.
They're just done with chicken and dumplings. They're like, no more. I mean, which, especially because of the carnivorous aspects of it. No, carnivorous, cannibalistic. Because birds, chicken.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like, I am terrible at estimating numbers of things, but there were definitely quadrillions of birds in the sky just from horizon to horizon.
Every bird.
Probably.
All of them.
There's got to be. I wonder how many birds there are. Hang on.
Tell us how many birds there are.
How many? I'm looking it up right now. Grimhane, don't you dare I don't know what. How many birds are in the world? Oh, I saw way too many birds then because there's only 400 billion, which is still a lot of birds. But when compared to quadrillions.
And are they counting like ostriches and like all birds or just the birds that matter?
Just the birds.
Because like if you can't fly, you don't really matter if you're.
Yeah.
Because you're like barely a bird if you can't fly.
Okay, here's the question too. I was thinking about this recently. You know how they clip chickens' wings or something like that to like make sure they don't. Could they fly? I'm looking that up too. Could chickens fly? Oh, it looks like okay, chickens can fly, just not very far. About 10 feet.
I don't even know if that's flying. That's
it's falling with style.
Yeah, exactly.
They're doing some Buzz Lightyear stuff up in here.
Yep. Which is just gliding. Like, why didn't he just say that?
I mean, that's like Mary Pop. Well, less than Mary Poppins, but falling down with the big umbrella or like a parachute, that kind of thing.
Which doesn't even work, man. The umbrella's going to like go all up and
They need to make a big enough parachute that it actually works. Like to be able to jump off just the roof of a house, just not like super high, not like off, not parachuting heights, but just be able to jump off the roof of a house and have you like not die.
Not die.
That's the goal. That's the dream, if I'm being honest. True. Margaret Gardner, speaking of something, I'm super stoked for all the character customization. The hairstyles are super fun. Does anyone else think the thick locks on the black kid look like those sidewalk snake fireworks? And then laughing.
Sidewalk snake fireworks.
I'm not sure what those even are.
Look it up.
I'll look at it and say, I'll finish the comment. I like how they're able to keep it all in line with the aesthetic of the classic Animal Crossing villager look, but still be a very customizable avatar. Sidewalk snake. What am I looking up? Sidewalk
snake fireworks.
We about to find out.
Will we? I don't know if that's going to.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Show the people.
Well, I'm looking it up on the wrong computer. You show the people.
I didn't look it up.
It's the leftovers.
I'm
just
sorry.
Look up. Do what I did.
Look up sidewalk snake fireworks.
It looks like it's like the remnants of fireworks that are burned up, and it kind of looks like if you take a straw and drop a little, or like you scrumple up the straw. That's a fake word, and you put a little bit of water on it, and like spreads out a little bit. Looks like a big, like ashy version of that.
Oh, yes,
that's what I think.
That's true. They do. His dreads do look ashy. True.
Or misty, or Brocky. Who's to say?
I mean, it's kind of. I was gonna say it's kind of opposite of Misty, but then I realized what you were doing, which is stupid.
Yeah, that's the one. But yes, I'm also glad about the character customization. I don't know. Okay.
That's what it is, man. Misty and Ashy, they're opposites. Opposites attract. We figured it out.
We got it. So in past ones, and correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like I feel like the Me creator is like pretty much just using Animal Crossing elements to some degree ish.
No.
That okay. So how
somewhat?
How much more character creation? Yeah. How much more character creation is there in this one compared to like earlier ones? Or
it depends on what you define earlier ones. Because
so like even new me, like
I would say. How dare you say that was the last game?
Well, I mean, that was the last one besides Amiibo Festival.
How dare you? That's not even true. How dare you? There's Happy Home Designer.
Oh, that was
dumb. And also there's Pocket Camp, which some people will get mad if you call it Pocket Camp, but like,
yeah, right.
And if you count Pocket Camp and Happy Home Designer, there was like more customization in those.
Okay.
But like as far as like mainline Animal Crossing games, it's the first time that you could really do any of that. Because like before it was like, and I hated this. I hated every time I would talk about Animal Crossing, which at the time was like once or twice. And somebody, but you could 10. I'm like, that's stupid. That's dumb because first of all, it's
Yeah.
temporary.
Yeah,
Second
right.
of all, I had to spend
that's
extra
super dumb.
effort to look like me than you would to look like you, and that's not
Yeah.
fair.
Nope.
Like, it's real dumb. It's just
Yep.
stupid solution. But now you can make your person like a creator thing, and it's great.
That is great. Can you put beards on your characters?
I don't think so.
Probably not because they're
I
little
think
babies.
you're supposed to be babbies.
Yeah.
But
I'm not going to look like me. I'm going to look like me in freshman year of college.
You're going to look like Babby you.
I mean, or yeah, which is why I don't shave my beard. Which I've purposefully gotten lazy at the end of the year just so that I can like on January 1st or whatever, just like trim it up. I'm not going to shave it off. I did that once already on this channel. And
yeah, you did.
I was sad about it, but you know,
you probably got a comment about it too.
I think
I remember when I feel like everybody does when they, it's like when Will did it, Will like messed up shaving or something and everybody was upset.
Yep.
What's going on, dude?
I had two roommates in college that one of them couldn't grow a beard and the other one usually had a beard. And so the one lived vicariously through the other's beard. So anytime he'd shave, he'd be like, no, why'd you do that? So
Rip, dude. Rip.
That's fun for you. Next comment. Speaking of fun, Cookie Monstar says, I get a new job next year, so I won't be able to do nothing all day for the rest of my life due to my new schedule thereafter. That being said, I don't know what I'm going to do without cloud saves. Like, I'd probably even be able to catch events and parties during lunch break. And then this face.
Without cloud saves. I mean, you could probably... Wait, why would cloud saves affect that?
I guess because being able to like go back to past events, but I don't know how. You would have to like still do some specific work to get that done, I think. I don't know.
I mean, you could do the you could just change your time zone or your hemisphere and do it like that if you want.
That's true.
You could just so that you could work on the opposite schedule. You know, it would be. I wonder if you could do it like how Sun and Moon. Oh no, maybe you don't know because.
Oh my goodness!
You didn't play.
You love not letting people live stuff down.
That's true. But no, like in Sun and Moon, like they're opposites. So like in Moon, if it's day, in Sun, it's nighttime.
Oh,
so like I wonder if you could do it like that in Animal Crossing.
What do you mean? Is it tied to real lifetime in Sun and Moon, or is it just like?
But it's flipped though. So like you don't have to change your time in Moon for it to be the opposite of Sun because that's just what it does. So like I wonder if you could still have your time be the actual time, but it be nighttime when it's daytime for you and vice versa.
Maybe. That's a good point. I don't know. I don't even know what an Animal Crossing is,
How dare you?
I mean, I do now.
How dare you?
Just not enough. Gazentia Fox says, excellent roundup of the major features we're 100% sure of without getting distracted by the common speculation or small details that we seem to get a bunch of videos of everyone getting excited by, like new nose shapes being the latest.
Yep.
Yep. As for large-scale improvement, the only one I'm aware of us seeing so far is a bridge in a really small screenshot in a larger bit of promotional bump. Something. With no indication of how we'll get that. I don't understand that part.
Yeah. Yup.
I just assume I don't know enough about the game. So there's a bridge. What's going on there?
I don't know, man.
Oh, okay. Well, then cool. Gazentia Fox, you'll have to
let us know in the comments. But yeah, like that's what the whole aim of this video was to be, because there's literally Animal Crossing channels and we're not that. So like I wanted to like do the Nintendo channel perspective of what Animal Crossing is instead of getting into the weeds of it all. Literally, because there's weeds in Animal Crossing.
Oh my goodness. I'm so proud of you. I like how when I do it, it's like, oh, you did it. You have ascended.
I hate everything.
Well, it loves you, so you'll just have to get over it. That's it. Animal Crossing. It'll be cool. I'm guessing assuming we have an early year direct, I think we'll probably
You
still
mean
get
the April direct? Because that's the
the
first one we're
one.
going to get. Because everybody's calling it January. So just to
Jinx it.
everyone.
But yeah, assuming we get January-ish, February-ish direct or whatever, I'm guessing still we'll get like an Animal Crossing only direct at some point. It seems like the kind of game that would just require
we'll probably
that or
get
have
an
that.
Animal Crossing direct in like March.
Like early March or something. It's the 20th that it comes
no,
out.
I know that, obviously.
I know that too. I was just proving it to you.
I mean, like, they would probably do it like freaking March 17th or something.
We love March 17th. My dad's birthday is March 13th, so why couldn't they do it then, AJ?
Because he's not getting Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Maybe not of his own
Are you
volition.
going to buy him Animal Crossing New Horizons?
I'll steal his credit card, buy Animal Crossing New Horizons with it, and then give it to him and be like, you bought it yourself. How does that feel?
How does
dog?
that feel? Theft. How does that feel?
It's also a gift, Oh, okay. It's the end of the year. It's, one of these episodes. Here's another fun story.
Okay.
I still am quite confused by the occurrences of this situation, but here it is. In college, sophomore year of college, I think, I was living in a house same house with those two guys that one of them didn't grow beer, whatever. So Wyatt, who was my best man at my wedding and all that stuff, great friends, had the room next to me. And then I was gone somewhere on a trip or something like that, and had a package delivered, and he put it in my room. And so like I got back and I was like, oh, like what in the world is this thing? I have zero clue at all, whatever this thing is. And I assumed that it was something that was his, that he just put in my room because he didn't have space, because I just had more space in my room. And I was like, all right, whatever. And then so later I asked him about it. I was like, hey, what's that thing? And he was like, oh, I don't really know. It said it's for you, so I just put it in your room. I was like, okay, that's random. Separate from that, also had some credit card fraud. And it ties together. I had some credit card fraud that same day or a couple days before or after, somewhere around there. It must have been like a week before or something like that. And there were like two very small charges and then one charge for like $109 or something. And so I reached out to Bank of America immediately and I was like, hey guys, credit card fraud, blah, 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 blah. They refunded the money and then sent me something in the mail that was just a piece of paper that I had to sign that was like, nope, I promise it's fraud. I didn't buy any of those things or whatever. So yes, that would have had to have been like a week before I got this package, because then I looked at the package and I was like, wait a minute, and somehow figured out that was the same thing that the $109 thing was on my card. And at that point I'd already signed that document that was like, I haven't bought it or whatever. So now I was like very conflicted, because it was like, I technically bought myself this thing through fraud on myself.
What is it?
It was like just probably like 7 feet long or wide or whatever. A bumper for a truck, like a bug bumper for a truck or something that you put on the grill and make sure the bugs don't go in or something along those lines. Which I don't have a truck, makes 0 sense for me. I don't need it all. And I was like, I hid it in my closet for like several months, because I was like, I don't want someone to find out. I mean, I was in college. I don't know. I was just, didn't know much about the world, I suppose. But I was like, someone's going to find it and be like, you did fraud, something, or
all right,
whatever.
Here's the thing that would be stupid. What if somebody did that and they like they credit card theft or whatever, and they bought you something to apologize for what they did?
That would be
where they did that.
So what I think must have happened though was they accidentally hit shipping address same as billing address.
Oh yeah.
And then it just came to me, and it was like, you guys really tried to like cheat into getting yourself this bumper thing, and it didn't work, and now I got this bumper thing. So lo and behold, I ended up just giving it to someone was doing a garage sale to save up for a mission trip.
That's such a weird thing.
To them. It was super weird. None of it made any sense.
You would think that they got like a freaking iPhone or something like that. But like What, a bumper sticker?
It's super. It was like a bumper for a truck, or like a fender kind of, and not a fender. I don't know. Because I looked it up afterwards to try to figure out what it was, and like sure enough, it was that. So yeah, I gave it to.
Where did they buy it from? Amazon or something?
No, it was some other, because I was able to figure out what it was from just the name of the price and the name of like the merchant or whatever. And if it was Amazon, like I would have had no idea. So it was some like company specific thing, but
so weird, man.
There you go. It was a crazy old time. So yeah, there's that for you. Hey, you want to move on to the next bit and talk about the comments from my video?
Sure.
Cool. I only pulled a couple. It was hard. Since I made just like a list video, I know it wasn't super easy to comment on it. So I just pulled a couple. But the first one is from Asa Davis, who said, "Where is the goose?"
Where is the goose?
And I didn't say what the video was about, but in case you didn't see it, it was the 11 best third-party games of 2019. And I answered this in the comment, but here's the thing. Goose Game is an indie game and not a
which is still
game.
Third party.
It is, yeah. And I specified that at the beginning.
Party.
Yeah. So that's the tricky thing with this is like some of these also did kind of like I think Larian Studios kind of is an indie studio as well, who did Divinity Original.
Yep.
Divinity Original Sin 2. You can't Super Smash. Yeah. So like they're technically an indie studio, but I was kind of going more just by price point of things, but like that even with Warframe, that doesn't. It's dumb. Hard. Yeah, there's like a fine line these days.
I'm clicking dislike
on what,
video, dude? On the video.
Oh, thanks. That's so nice.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not clicking dislike because engagement is engagement. I'm taking off the like.
Shot through the heart. You're to blame. So yeah, there's that comment for you. Where's the goose? In another video to be made at a different time.
No, that's dumb. That's dumb.
I'll tell you where else the goose is. It's number 5 on the top sales games.
Top indie games of 2019 and 2020. Why would you even do that?
I mean, I'm not going to now, but at some point we'll do top indie games that you've ever loved in your life, and then you're going to put that one in your list.
I'm not making it.
Moving on. Seth Cano said, "I thought Dragon Quest was first party because it was in my list. The Nintendo Switch version is published by Nintendo." And again, this is tricky ones because it is still third party because it's Square Enix developed and it's Square Enix also published in Japan. Yeah, exactly. But in the West, it's published by Nintendo. So it's, you know, that's, and there's some that are even more tricky than that, like Astral Chain, where it's like, that one's also not first party, but it's way more first party because it's purely Nintendo published and stuff, and it's an exclusive. So like that one did go on this list. But so there's a lot of those that are just like hard to, I feel like everything's kind of, I don't know, complicated these days.
Nah, that's dumb. You should have put Goose Game on there. Nintendo, I mean, you know what? I'll allow Dragon Quest. I'll allow that. But Goose Game not being on there is dumb.
Well, but then there's so many other games.
Nah, that's dumb. That's
too
why
late. I set my own rules.
Why curated. You're supposed to pick the 11 best ones out of all that stuff. Dumb.
Instinct Lab says.
I subscribed.
You're wrong. I'm right. Instinct Lab says, "How could Overwatch not be on this list?"
Also true. Dumb.
Because I completely forgot about it. Yeah, that one.
Game, man.
There were a couple of games that I almost put on the list, but I didn't just because.
Hong Kong. You were staying in Hong Kong.
Exactly.
I'll allow that.
Yeah, no, there were a couple of games that I just like Grid Auto Sport. I almost put on there, and then I just took off just because number of games and stuff. But yeah, that's one. Overwatch probably would have gone on there if I'd thought of it. But I don't know what would have gotten kicked off in its place, or if we just would have had 12. Because lists are, you know, really this is just like, hey, let's talk about some fun games that everybody hopefully likes. But that's it from the comments that I pulled for my video, and then we got some Q&A, y'all.
We got Q's, and you got Q's, and we got A's.
That is accurate. Funnily enough, we got more from YouTube community than anywhere else this week, which usually is not the case. So starting off strong.
Because I started posting it the day before.
Good call. Because YouTube, I feel like, is just a lot slower in general.
I don't like that because you gotta wait for it to populate in the homepage and all that dumb crap.
Yep.
But I don't like that I can't schedule posts. I think that's stupid because also I wish I could schedule Discord messages.
Yep.
Just let me schedule everything so I can schedule it out like the week of. Like when I schedule my video, I can schedule everything.
But too late. You can't do it. It's complicated. YouTube community Marky Mark asks, says, "Happy holidays, Fanatixfour."
Happy holidays.
Thanks. Hope you're having a good time. I've been thinking about you as the Switch China stuff's been going on, and curious how that's. If you got any comments on what that's looking like in China, would be very interesting to hear more about. I treated myself to Banner Saga Trilogy because the games were, and possibly still are, really cheap on the eShop. Not had time to play them yet, but heard great things about them. I'd like to know what your opinions are on Pokemon in 2020. Do you think there will be a Game Freak game? If so, will it be the third version of Pokemon?
Oh, yeah, I forgot. So the reason why he said that is because I put on, and I didn't have space to do it on a Twitter one. Otherwise, I asked people what they got.
Oh, yeah. Well, there you
go. That's what he said.
And he's the only one that answered that part. So. But yeah, he said, is it going to be Pokemon in 2020? Do you think it'll be the third version of Pokemon Sword and Shield, or a Let's Go game, or Gen 4 remakes, or Mystery Dungeon or Ranger game? Cheers.
Okay, let's do this.
Let's do it.
This is the best way for me to answer this. I'm going to rank it and the likelihood factor.
Yep.
So I think most likely is Gen 4 remakes. Just because like they have usually what they do remakes for is whenever they're like, all right, we're on new hardware, we can do a big enough jump to whatever the last thing was. So I think that us getting Gen 4 remakes in the Sword and Shield engine makes a lot of sense. I think slightly less likely than that, but like if we're putting in the percentages, if like Gen 4 remakes is like 90%, I would say like this is like 75% the next version of the Sword and Shield. Partially because like I don't know, maybe they feel like maybe we should add more Pokemon to the Pokedex or whatever, blah blah, which I kind of doubt that they would do that. Game Freak doesn't really seem like the type of company to like completely bend to everybody's whim. Like they'll give you some of the stuff. They're like, all right, you're complaining about this, we'll give you a little bit. The rest of it you're not going to get though. So like I kind of doubt that. Less likely than that, but more likely than another thing, I think Let's Go, freaking Togepi and Pichu.
Yeah.
And then Mystery Dungeon, because like, I don't know, like they usually make those either at the end of a generation or coming into another one, and it makes a lot of sense for them to try to do that with because they missed last gen with Mystery Dungeon. It's made by Spike Chunsoft though.
There was a 3DS one.
Yeah, there was. But there wasn't.
Gen.
There was.
Yeah, okay.
There wasn't.
I thought you meant last gen hardware.
Yeah, no, there wasn't. Pokemon Sun and Moon.
Right.
Like update for that, like a new iteration in that region or with those Pokemon specifically.
Yeah.
And it'd be funny if Mystery Dungeon had all the Pokemon in it, because then like everybody would be. Yeah. It would be a disaster.
That would be funny.
And then the least likely out of all of that is Ranger, because like we haven't gotten a new Ranger game in freaking decades or a decade.
What do you think are the chances? Where does it stack up to get no new Pokemon game next year? No new
I think that's very, very unlikely. Yeah. Very unlikely. I mean, we might not get one from Game Freak, or at least like one of Game Freak's major teams, but I think we're going to get something from Pokemon, because we've gotten something from Pokemon every year.
Yeah, I would think even if we don't get, I would imagine something on Switch that's Pokemon, even if it's Mystery Dungeon and not like an actual, RPG. I mean,
which I doubt. I think we're going to get a new RPG, but I don't know. I don't know whether or not it's going to like. I think Let's Go is like right in the middle of like it's kind of likely, because like Let's Go, Pikachu and Eevee did pretty well. But at the same time, it's kind of not, because I think that they mostly did that to get their feet wet on the Switch.
I agree.
I don't think they really need to do that again.
I think to get their feet wet, and also to to try to bring those, like, I don't know that they had a long-term goal of like, this is the first of several like this. It's like, we got a ton of Pokemon Go fans. What if we can get any of them over? This is the way that we're going to do it. And like, that's Gen 1 is the way that they're going to do it. And with the like catching mechanics and stuff like that. So probably, yeah, they were like, oh, seemed like it did all right. Let's maybe do a second one. But I don't think they would have been planning it for a long time at that point. Yeah. So there's that. Nice. Thanks, Mark. Good questions. Sam Diaz asks, what's your favorite non-gaming gift that you got?
Money. Also,
Classic.
like hoodies are cool.
Hoodies are cool. Yep. I don't know. I got a bunch of little fun things. I got a dad joke book, which is always real fun. Like I've said this before, I tell a dad joke every day on our daily team meetings at work. And I think some people have said that they really enjoy it. And I'm sure there's a bunch of quiet people that don't. But I mean, you know, it's fairly unassuming. So all that. But yeah, my parents got me a cajon, which is fun. That's one of those little like drum things that you sit on. That'll be fairly useful in some contexts yet to be determined. And yeah, some of those. There's a lot of other little things too, but I just am not thinking of them off the top of my head. So there you go. There's that. 7 asks, how much cheese have you consumed this month? Probably about a normal amount of cheese. I would like to have consumed more.
I think I had more cheese than normal.
Oh.
Because yesterday specifically I had grilled cheese, man.
Ooh.
And how often do I eat grilled cheese? Like, I don't know, like once every year.
I've probably had grilled cheese more this year than other years. We've done like grilled cheese and tomato soup more times than before. I don't know, which is like just a really easy thing to do.
Yeah, I don't usually do. I see when I was younger, man. I had grilled cheese so much, but now it's like I don't know. Grilled cheese, like maybe that's why. Like when I was younger, it's just a thing that I eat all the time, and that like specifically identify with like my mom making it for me. So like it just doesn't feel like a thing that I should make myself.
I definitely feel that. I also feel that with like recipes that my mom's given me, and I'll make them, and like Ashley will be like, "Oh yeah, it's good." I'm like, it sucks because I'm just comparing it to how, you know, when my mom makes it or whatever. And like anybody else might even be like, oh, this is better than the one your mom makes. But that one's like, which I don't think that would be the case because I'm not a great cook or anything. But I think, you know, for me, it's just like I've got a very specific standard that's like this exact flavor. If it doesn't match that, then whatever.
But like if I was going to quantify it, I don't know, like one metric block of cheese, like a block, like this much of cheese. Like this, dude, that much cheese, probably.
You're holding your hands in such a weird way. That was like a hand heart amount of cheese.
That's what it was, man.
Is it the inside of the heart or the outside of the heart?
The whole thing, my hands together.
Okay. I mean, that said, I used to like, oh man, I can't even remember. It doesn't matter. I would like a lot of times places that I've lived, I would like use my hand as a reference point or whatever. So like France is kind of a like sort of a star looking thing. So I just use like my fist and be like, it's like right over there was where I lived or something. So, you know, using your hands as measures as old as time.
But yeah, about a block.
Just like me. About a block. Good stuff. David Figueroa asks, when do you think the next mainland Wario game is coming out? Mainline, perhaps? Probably the next mainland one is off the coast of Ecuador. I don't know.
I hate that. Never, dude. I don't think they want to make Wario Land. I think Wario to them is WarioWare and nothing else. And I don't even know if they want to still do that. Because, like, when's the last WarioWare game we got?
WarioWare Gold on the 3DS.
Yeah, but that's not.
It wasn't.
Hashtag product provided by the time. But, like, because they did Wario, which was kind of a Wario game, but not really. Like, it was an all but name, sort of.
Yeah.
Because it still wasn't even WarioWare in that way. Like, all the games were like micro games, but bigger than that. So it was kind of its own thing.
this year to me might be pretty telling of kind of the direction Nintendo wants to go in a lot of ways, IP wise or whatever, because like they've done most of their kind of mainline big IPs on the Switch
Yeah,
at this
like the
point.
Marios and the like
So
Legend of Zeldas and they. I mean, we
yeah,
didn't get a new Donkey Kong, so like,
that's true. So the question to me is like, are they kind of sticking to more, I don't know, straightforward, normal stuff, quote unquote? Whereas obviously Wario Land is less that a little bit. Um, and so if they are, then I think this will be the year in any case where it's like, all right, it's not super obvious what's going to come out. So, or, what could be announced or anything like that. So if they don't announce like more wacky and weird stuff this year, then it more likely means that it's kind of over and done with in
which
large part.
that's kind of like insane that Nintendo has so many franchises that
Yeah.
are more recognizable than any other company, and those are like the ones that we would catalog as weird. Like
Yeah.
because they have so many franchises that like compared to other Nintendo stuff, it's like
Mhm.
that doesn't really sell that much. But
Mhm.
like for most other devs, like Metro, like Star Fox, like the best-selling game, 4 million
Yeah.
copies, only 4 million. Only 4 million.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah, it is kind of weird that they don't like. You would think that they would like want to utilize all of that,
Mhm. Yeah. Yep.
but they do not.
I don't know. So
Especially with
when's the
Smash
next?
Bros. Man, what the heck? Y'all crazy.
I think really what they should do is, I mean, because they need to be using their IPs. I think
Yeah.
as much as just like keeping them alive. Because like if they let them die out, then like that's kind of on them to. It's going to be harder to resurrect, perhaps. I don't know.
Especially since like they want to be Disney. Like they talk about it
Right.
all the time, and
Yeah.
it's very obvious in how they do everything that
Yep.
they want to be Disney.
Mm-hmm.
They're not doing it all the way. They have little like similarities where it's like, yeah, Disney Vault, like they do that type of crap.
Right. Yeah.
But they don't use their IP as well as Disney does.
I think they need to keep doing the Crypt of the Necrodancer kind of thing where like they start partnering up with third parties, indies, whatever, to do some creative, like Wario Land would be a great one to partner up with an indie dev and have them make something,
Yeah.
like the
I,
the Shovel Knight team would
I
be
think they
great.
definitely need to do that, but like it can't be like a Crypto Necrodancer sort of thing.
Yeah.
Because like Cadence of Hyrule works because we're already like
Yes.
full on Zelda. It's like, all right, we got the Zelda that we want. So give us the weird stuff.
Yeah, right.
But like if they're like, all right, you guys want a new F-Zero game? Here's a F-Zero beat 'em up. It's like F-Zero, like freaking Falcon's probably gonna be upset, dude. It'll probably be pissed.
Yeah.
But everybody else, I mean, some people like that'd be cool because like I
Mhm.
care more about Falcon as a Smash Brothers character than I do as a arcade research
Mhm.
person. But yeah, like I think that if they do that and they give it to other devs, they need to be to devs that make similar things to what it already is, rather than trying to change it
Yeah.
drastically, unless it's already like the whole thing about like with Logan being mad about like Starfighter Grand Prix and stuff like that. I think that
Mhm.
makes sense because like
Yeah.
how long has it been since you got a actual Starfighter game,
Yeah.
or even like something that we talked about a lot was like changing Star Fox to be more in line with like what it is,
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
universe. Like I think those are good changes. If they're going to change it and make it more true to what the universe is, like if they make a new Ice Climbers game and it
Mhm.
doesn't play like Ice Climbers, but it plays like you would think a game about the Ice Climbers plays
Yeah.
in 2020, then
Yeah.
that's what it should be.
Yep.
Then yeah, I think that works. But being
Mhm.
like, Zelda, let's make it a rhythm game. I don't think like if Zelda was dormant for 10 years, I don't think that's the way to bring
Yeah, right, exactly. I mean, that was the Federation Force problem in
Right.
large part, not even
Yeah.
10 years at that point, but that
Mhm.
kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah. So hopefully soon is the answer, but we'll find out. Questions from Twitter from Bianca Wicks. We got new IP invention game. The color of your shirt plus the first thing you see is the title. Based on that, then you have to describe what kind of game it would be.
White webcam.
We can close my eyes and just land somewhere in the room. Okay. pink drum pad. So also this is I got this shirt for Christmas. It's Sonic. Look at that.
This is just a t-shirt.
Yeah. Mine it has Japanese writing at the bottom, which I assume either says Sonic or something like that, or I was going to make up what it actually said, but I didn't.
Did you see Babby Sonic?
I did see Babby Sonic.
People are all over the place. Everybody I see talk about it is either like kill it or they're like it's the best thing.
I mean, it's cute. It's just a little bit, cute things are cute. That's how it works.
But that's not. But see, my uncle AC, this man, he wants to kill Baby Yoda too. He said kill both of them.
Why?
I was like, that's messed up.
It is messed up.
They're babbies, man.
They are babbies. Yeah, pink drum pad. Let me tell you all about it. Well, there is an answer as to what it is.
I feel like yours is easier than mine.
Probably so. I mean, it could be a rhythm game really easily. And that's, you're trying to get like high ranking whatevers, and pink is just the highest ranking thing. And so it's a rhythm game. It's like, Taiko Drum Master, that kind of a thing, maybe. But yeah, different colors send you to different levels of Zen or something like that. And then, it's like a Tetris effect kind of thing, as far as like the more you do, the more it like sparkles and whatever. And finally you get to pink, and the drum pad turns into a real drum, and then it provides a drum to it drops it off at your door in real life, and then everybody's gonna have drums. For free.
My game is like a weird indie, like arty farty, like right. And it's about how like it's like, man, people are so consumed by the internet, and everybody wants to be the YouTuber, and, and it's about like, what are you going to do after YouTube blows up, man? And you gotta freaking fight hipster millennials for your meal. Because that's your only skills. Yeah. You gotta beat them with the white webcam. It's a freaking Mortal Kombat clone.
I like where it started, and I like where it landed. It's two very different places, but it'll work.
Yeah, man. That's how you do weird indie games. You gotta do random, man.
Yep. And mix like 3 different genres together.
Exactly.
And there you go. Moving along from Discord, we got some questions. First one from Lord Commander Grimhane, who asks Mario.
When did he change his name to this?
I don't know. A couple of weeks ago or a week ago or something like that.
Yeah, I saw it. Like I noticed it, but I don't know when the change happened.
It was before last week's podcast because I just typed in his name last week as Grimhane when he asked questions. But it was at that point, it was Lord Commander Grimhane. So it was sometime between 2 weeks ago and last week, I believe. But the question is Mario or Luigi? It depends on if you just mean like just the character, who do I want to hang out with, or like who's more fun to play, or if it's like franchise, all that kind of stuff. I mean, if it was
the thing, like if I'm being honest, like the top of my head, like just pure like stream of consciousness,
Yep.
They both suck. Because like Luigi's cancer on Smash Brothers, like that's just enough for me to not like him. And Mario's cancer and literally everything else. Like this man freaking grinded his foot into his brother's shoe, man. That's messed up.
What?
You didn't see that?
No.
He like stepped on Luigi's foot and like dug it in.
What a dirtbag. I was gonna say Luigi anyway, for whatever that's worth.
I think they both suck, but like if I gotta pick, gun to my head, Luigi.
Yep. I mean, I'm an underdog kind of guy. That's whatever it is. But yeah, Luigi just, I don't know. He's got more character and personality for one thing. Even if it's not character and personality that you specifically like, it's just nice to have more than like it's a me, like just a little.
Mario's let the fame go to his head, man.
Yep, exactly. And he likes to pretend. He puts on. I feel like Mario puts on a face everywhere he is, whereas Luigi's like, no, this is me. I'm very confused about life.
I feel like Mario doesn't put on a face where he is, but like he's just stoic about everything. Where he's like he was freaking smiling when he stepped in on Luigi. You need to look that clip
I
up
do need to look that up.
of Mario stepping on Luigi's foot.
Mario, you saying him not putting on a face just reminds me now of there's a Parks and Recreation episode where,
Of course, it does.
people who've seen it or will know what this is. But Ben Wyatt and April Ludgate go to Washington D.C.
What?
Yeah, two of the characters go to D.C. to work on this one guy's campaign.
Oh, those are two people. I thought it was four people.
No, Ben Wyatt, April Ludgate, Ben and April go and work on this guy's campaign in Washington D.C. to like get to help him be senator, I think, maybe, I can't remember, or like councilman of something or whatever. And they're like, oh yeah, I've seen him on TV and like he's such a great personality, this should be a really easy campaign to run and stuff. And he meets them, he's like, hey guys, it's very nice to meet you, it's a hot one out there today, make sure to wear, whatever. And they're like, oh yeah, what a sweet guy. And then he goes back to his office and they look in and they're like, what's he doing? And he's just sitting there going, just like staring at the wall with just a blank stare and smile on his face. And Ben's like, maybe there's something in there that he's staring at. And he goes in to ask some question, look at the wall, and he's literally just staring at a wall. And they're like, oh, and sure enough, he's just like, pretty much a corporate puppet or whatever type of a guy. But it's funny because all that stuff. Moving on, Mega Man asks, in the spirit of Christmas, what was the best gift you gave to someone and why?
Like this year or ever?
Oh, let's go this year. Make it easy. Unless I'm going to go this year. You can go all time if you want.
I'll go ever because it's better. It's more interesting.
Cool.
I think the best thing I ever gave somebody, I bought my brother like like studio stuff because he like wants to do music. So I was like, yeah, man, get you studio stuff, get you a mic. And then my dad was like all mad about it. It's a great time
because you upstaged him or something.
Yeah. But yeah, man, it's like I listened. Like he wanted to do that, and I was like, okay. I have YouTube monies, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna buy him a mic and stuff.
Nice. That was very nice of you. Was that what, last year, 2 years ago?
It was last year.
Yeah. Nice. So just going off this year, I got Ashley the Switch thing, which I thought was fun. I know is like, oh, cool, fun to her, but like
got the yellow Switch Lite.
Apparently so. But we also, I got her.
What?
No, not really. No, I think she prefers it this way anyway, because this way she can play with other people. So she's played Mario with other people since they've been over. But
specifically just Mario?
Pretty much. That's the main one that she plays at this point. But I got her Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney trilogy because like she enjoyed the kind of character part of Fire Emblem when she was like choosing her house, but didn't want to do any of the other, not the gameplay. And like walking around the monastery was like having the dual analog sticks and stuff was annoying. So that kind of thing I think was fun. But like she's always said like, man, I would make such a great lawyer, but like not have to do all the lawyer parts, but just the like objection and finding plot holes in people's things. And that's like what Ace Attorney is. So but it's like a very much so not. Like there's so much stuff in Ace Attorney that's like you would be in jail if you did that. Like, you would immediately get locked up. That's true. Yeah, good point. So yeah, and I've never played Ace Attorney, so I don't really know a ton about it, but like
just
the stuff I know about it.
Watch her play it. And
that's
you'll see what I'm
100% the plan. But yeah, I think the actual one that I'm most excited about it's more of an anniversary present because it's our anniversary in like 2 weeks or so. It's our 5-year anniversary, and she loves deer and has been like, every time we see a deer on the side of the road, she's like, I'm going to pick up that deer and bring it home. Like, I'm just going to do it. I'm like, legally,
you're going to buy her a deer?
I'm not, but I looked up, like, is there anywhere that you can just go and pet deer? And found a place that's like 3 hours away or whatever, that they've got an exotic petting zoo, and you can go in and like, they've got a pen where there's just deer walking around. You can like walk with them and pet them and feed them and stuff. And there's also like some zebra and camels and stuff that you can feed. But you can't go in with those, I don't think. But the deer you can go in with. And so I told her about that for Christmas, that we're going away for the weekend and that we'll get to do that. And she's very excited. So that's fun.
Make sure she doesn't take one of the deer.
She might. But yeah, that's that. And then the last question is from Chicapo, which still, if we're saying that like not the way you want us to, let us know.
I think we
Hey,
are,
Capo.
because
Okay.
I asked him when I was streaming one week,
Uh-huh.
which I haven't streamed in a long time.
Oh, that's true.
But like, I'm probably not going to stream this week either. What's Wednesday?
That's the first.
Yeah, I might not stream on Wednesday. I don't know. Possibly, maybe. Depends.
But in any case, he asked most overrated and underrated game franchises.
I don't really like overrated because it's boiled down to like, I don't like this one. Other people.
I mean, I think it's hard because really it just, a lot of times with overrated ones, I mean, I guess it depends what direction you go, but like Call of Duty, I could say that that's overrated, but really it's just like, no, it's just popular to a lot of people who only really like that. And I just don't really care about it.
And that's what I mean. Because
right.
I think a lot of people would say Call of Duty, but I think that it's kind of like objectively false. Because like the fact that like Call of Duty came out and Call of Duty became what it was, and now every other shooter is like trying to be Call of Duty.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like it's hard to like look at that and it just be like not be games that I don't like.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess I could list games I don't like all day. You know,
maybe this is just we just lean into the subjective and like just for you ones that you think are overrated. You know, just on that front.
All right.
I'm gonna go based off like I'm gonna go to Metacritic and go to the all-time top-rated games.
Okay, yeah, let's do it like
that. Because then, okay. Hang on, this is gonna take best rated games ever, Metacritic. Oh well, I already know what your answer is gonna be then for one of these. It's gonna be the number one up here. Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
Oh yeah, 100%. That game's overrated for sure.
But yeah, moving down the list, we got like Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. I mean, I love Ocarina of Time.
Oh no, you're on your other computer or whatever. You should do it on the computer.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I'm only doing it on this computer and not that one, just to help make sure crashing doesn't happen.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4, Grand Theft Auto 4, Soul Calibur.
Wait, 4?
Yeah,
that's fine. Grand Theft Auto 4, that's overrated too.
Yep,
overrated.
Super Mario Galaxy, Super Mario Galaxy.
But he said franchises. I don't think Grand Theft Auto as a franchise is overrated.
You're right. That's a very good point.
And I don't think Zelda as a franchise.
I can't go off of this list then. But I mean, there's some easy one, you know, like so Grand Theft Autos, Mario games.
I guess we can like look at like best selling franchises. Best selling. Where did we?
Beating you to it. I found it.
Oh, rip, dude.
Okay, Mario is number 1.
Overrated. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, so Mario, Pokemon, Call of Duty.
Overrated. No.
Grand Theft Auto.
No, I don't think. No, not that.
Wii, FIFA. I mean, a lot of these are like.
It's just that. Like, it's literally just like, I don't like that one. I don't like that one. You know, like, that's all.
Assassin's Creed.
But I could. Maybe that. Maybe. Well, no, because even that, like, defined the genre that it's in.
Yeah.
Like, every game that's like freaking even Jedi Fallen Order. Like, plays like an Assassin's Creed game. Well, it plays like a Bloodborne game. I mean, like a freaking Souls game, which also, like, in a roundabout way, has a similar combat to the Assassin's Creed games. Also, this is funny. The Legend of Zelda. So this is on Wikipedia, and it's just going by. There's a category of 100. At least 100 million copies, and then under that, at least 50 million copies. And Legend of Zelda is at 97.72 million copies. So it's like probably by the end of this quarter. Yeah, by the end of this quarter, it'll move up to at least 100 million copies. I mean, it's probably already there. Well, yeah, exactly. But like they just can't confirm. Right.
Exactly. So like right now it's there. It's just, we just don't know the numbers yet. Yeah, this is a really hard one. So what about underrated? We'll just go with that.
Underrated? I think Pikmin's underrated. Which is like, it usually wouldn't be a game that I like or would like, but I played Pikmin 3 and that game's fun.
Yeah.
So I think Pikmin's underrated.
I played Pikmin 1 and I enjoyed it quite a bit.
I never played Pikmin 1. I never played the first 2 because I was like, that's stupid. But then I played Pikmin 3 and I was like, yo, I got the fruit juice. It's fun. Good game. Maybe Pikmin died. But yeah, Pikmin. I think Pikmin's underrated.
Yep.
I think Pokemon Sword and Shield are underrated.
Yeah, right. I mean, franchise game, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Pokemon in general is probably somewhat accurate.
Yes.
Because I mean, obviously there's diehard fans, but then there's a ton of people that it's just like, oh, it's just baby game for babies. And it's like, no, it's a fun game for fun.
Which babies don't deserve fun.
Yep. But yeah, I don't know. I think that's about it. Which means I think that's it for the podcast. You didn't say
your
I don't know.
Game.
I have a hard time saying things. Let me just
Divinity or Divinity games.
Divinity games.
Never played the first one.
I don't know. I'll have to let you know. I just remembered my wife doesn't have a house key right now, and she just got home, and we're right towards the end of the podcast, so I think we'll just end it there.
Okay.
Gotta go let her in. All right.
Bye.
That's it. Bye, everybody.
Everybody.